going on there, TJ? Houdini. Hey, Houdini. Long time, brother. How the hell are you? I am a little late, but the problem I've got is the sun's coming up earlier and earlier. I used to start this at 6:30 just before the sun came up. The goddamn sun's up now at 10. Yeah, it's beautiful, eh? Houdini, we've been doing this a while now. I sit out every morning, and I usually do 5 in a row, and then I'll take 3 or 4 days off, and we just come out here and sit and watch the sun come up, man. Just watch the sun come up, and just, you know what, just check it out. I'm a little late. The sun's already up, but look at that sky. Look at that sky. Is that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, man? What's going on, Flatbed? Good to see you from Utah. Glad you're here, brother. Ryan, awesome to see you, brother. Thanks for popping in. Jim, man, hey, good to see you. I see that Ernie's live. You're probably over hanging out with Ernie. Hope he's doing well. I popped in yesterday and saw him quick, but he was sitting in his truck sleeping, or it looked like he was sleeping. He was having a snooze of some sort over there. I don't know what he was doing. He was getting loaded. Coffee pop was your alarm today? Yeah. Well, my alarm, actually my alarm doesn't go off. My girl's alarm goes off, and so that wakes both of us up. There's nothing I can really do about that. But I got one into me before I left the house this morning, so I was able to get at least a coffee and part of a smoke into me this morning before I got out the door. Makes Brian a happier guy. Tiny Smalls, hello, good to see you, man. Toes, hey, man, always a pleasure to see you, man. Yeah, you know what, I can't say that. I say this a lot, and I can't say it enough. You know what, there is absolutely nothing that I have found yet that beats a Western Canadian sunrise. Like coming up in Alberta here, like the sun is just gorgeous, man. Just absolutely freaking stunning and gorgeous. Houdini, it's been a while, dude. Dar and I are no longer together, bud. We're no longer together. We split several months, well, more than that now, but we split a while ago. We split up a while ago. So, yeah, we're not together. Exactly, Bull. Priorities. Missouri sunsets are better, but I'm not awake to see them. Toes, I'll take your word for it. You know what? It doesn't matter, man, where you are, what country you're in, or where you're at, what state. You know what? If you can get up and you can see this, man, and you can actually see this and witness this, there's no better start to your day. No better start to your day. I'm just pulling the top off my coffee now, so let's get a mouthful of coffee into me here. I had a short coffee this morning, like I said, before I left the house, but that's nowhere near enough to get your heart started. Love the name, Jack. Love the name. Nuclear Sun. It damn near looks like it, don't it, son? It looks awesome. Caramel Bombshell. You guys got some names this morning. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have tornado weather out here. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad out here, eh? Good to see you this morning, Skynet. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, the sunrise is just gorgeous. We got nothing you know what? I got nothing going on this morning. This is it. I got an appointment this afternoon to go get the old chompers. We're going to be getting the old chompers put in, so I got to go. I've done the couple of where they do the mold and everything of your mouth, so they've done that, and they've done a couple other things, and but I got to go in today for like a fitting. Whoever thought you got to go in for a fitting to get teeth, eh? But I got to go in today and get, well, that's at 1 o'clock this afternoon, so that's not bad. The emoji actually looks, actually it does too, eh? That's not bad. You work till 3 a.m. and now I have to work from 11 till 11. Bro, what the hell they got you doing now? Excuse me. How many digits of pi do I know? Dude, you're asking the wrong guy, man. How many digits of pi? Hell if I know. Don't care. What's going on, Pat? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Just sit back, light a smoke if you got it. Get some coffee into you if it's that time in the morning for you. If it's later, pop a top, grab a cold one, or pour something over some ice and relax. We're just gonna watch a sunrise. I hate dentists. They hurt my soul when let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Dentists are not my favorite people, but you know what? It's a necessary evil, bro. Did I see Toyota launch their? No, I didn't see. I haven't even heard about that, bro. I haven't heard anything about that. Electric car BZ4X. Could care less about it, really, to be honest with you, Skynet. You guys know how I feel about electric cars, right? You guys know how I feel about electric cars and electric vehicles. So no, I really don't give a flying fuck about it, to be honest with you. Josie, or is it Josie? Josie plays. I'm out in Alberta, Canada. I live in the town of Strathmore. I'm sitting just on the eastern edge of town, right? Right off to my right-hand side here is the Trans-Canada Highway, which runs from east to west across Canada. And if I go any farther east, like that's a farm field out there. There's nothing left here but farm fields and oil pumps. The next stop, if I go straight at the sun right now, the next stop will be Regina, Saskatchewan. There's nothing out there. I've been clean for 14 days, and today I'm really struggling. Can I get some words of encouragement? I have no one to stand by me. Brother, words of encouragement. If you're struggling today, just remember today consists of 24 hours, which consists of 60 minutes to an hour. If you're struggling today, don't worry about today. Worry about the time you're in right now, right? I'm a recovered drug addict myself and a recovered alcoholic myself. And I've been sober since March 21st of 1993. And let me tell you something. Every once in a while, even today, you know, I have to sit back and just look at the moment that I'm in. If you're struggling today, don't worry about today. Worry about the hour that you're in. There's 60 minutes in this hour. Make it the next 60 minutes. And then when those 60 minutes are up, make it another 60 minutes. Eventually you will find that the minutes turn into hours. The hours turn into days. The days turn into weeks. The weeks turn into months. And the months turn into years. But don't think about the years or the day or the hour, or sorry, the months. Think about the minutes that you're in, and if you can get through the next 60 minutes, great. If you can get through the next, hour, great. If you can get through the next, day, great. That's all you need to do, man. That's all you need to do. And you know what? Don't give up. Don't give up. Josie, I'm out in Alberta, Canada. That's where I'm at. Mandatory overtime. Terminators are coming. Oh, brother, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know the old deal there, Houdini. Like, make it while it's there. Make it while it's there. If the money's there, make as much as you can, because it ain't always going to be there. Absolutely. Elber, how do you like being? Well, we're not the 51st state yet, and I say yet, but I'm being jokingly. I'm saying that jokingly. Yet is not going to happen. Okay, I assure you, yet is not going to happen. We are not the 51st state, and we are not going to be the 51st state. Cindy, I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that. Here, let me just adjust this a little bit, give you guys. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I got the... Unfortunately, the windshield of my car is pitted. So if I put the phone in the stand, the camera will pick up on the windshield and it won't look out. It'll focus on the windshield instead of out the window. So I've got the phone resting on my my mirror here. I apologize if it's moving a little bit because I got to keep my hand on it. So it is beautiful though, Cindy. Toes exactly 52,000. No, 5,256,000 minutes in a year. So you can make it through that. You'll be okay. Absolutely good. Well done, Toes. Thank you very much. Bog-eyed, my boy. My boy, you treating that woman right over there? Don't make me fucking come over there and show you how it's done. Don't make me do it. We've all had bad days. Relax, you can do it. That's a great accomplishment. Albert, absolutely, man. Absolutely agree. Problem with most drug addicts or addicts in general is they lack a real purpose other than drugs. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. A lot of them have a purpose, but it's due to life or insecurities or inabilities that they fall short and they use drugs or alcohol as a crutch. Drugs or alcohol, for me, were never a way of life. It was a crutch to get me through life. There's a big man himself, Sterling Wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a celebrity in the house. I won't give up. You know what? That's exactly all you do. Don't give up. And just so you know, what the heck? And I'm not encouraging this, but I'm saying, if by chance, my man, that you fall, you stumble, it's okay too. That's okay too. Get back up, start again. Start again. Very, 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 especially this day and age, very few people get clean and sober on the first attempt. Usually it takes a couple. Hockey snuff, name a car for an edit. A 1963 split window Corvette, baby. You go Google that and you tell me if there's anything more sexy in the world than that. I'm somewhere in Nebraska, I think. Well, Nebraska, all you gotta do is stick your head out the window, Sterling, and have a sniff. You'll know exactly where you are. Tomorrow is the last day I have to do Zoom classes and I'm done with school. Attaboy. Attaboy, get that done. Canada got screwed just so we got screwed, did we ever? I could have gone live yesterday or the day before and I thought, no, I better not, because after that election, all you guys would have got was a ranting, raving fucking lunatic, man. I want to be adopted by Canada. Houdini, you've been saying that for years. Dude, you've been with me for years. You've been saying that for years. You want to be adopted? Hey, come on up here, dude. I'll adopt you. I got six kids. I got 6 daughters, so I'll take a son. No, nobody wants the French side there. Nobody wants the French side there, Houdini. 1362 till home. I'm getting there tonight, finally. Attaboy, you get there. Be safe. Cindy is all the way from South Africa. Well, Cindy, thanks for hanging in here with us. You know what? Thanks for hanging in here with us. We get, my stream usually picks up, like Craig Rat, he's over in England. We won't hold that against him. I would say I'm Canadian, but most of the people in here are US. You're in the East Coast near it? No, man, I am on the far west end of the country. I am out west. I'm in Alberta, Canada. I am way out west. She's taking care of you. Fuck her taking care of you. You take care of her. Mr. Bees, glad to see you could climb out of bed. Well, I started a little late today, thinking of you, buddy. Thinking of you. I didn't want you to have to get up too early, hurt yourself, maybe sprain something that you can't afford to sprain. So I figured I'd give you a little extra sleep this morning and let you sleep in. You're at the same nickname as your dad. He is Wheelburn. Well, he's a good guy. He's probably a real good-looking dude too, isn't he? Who is your new prime minister? Mark Carney. I don't recognize him as my prime minister. He's not my prime minister. I'm telling you that right now. No love here. No love whatsoever for Mark Carney. When I'm well, Sue, you are coming to Tofield, Alberta. Dude, you step foot in Canada. Never mind Alberta where I am. You step foot in Canada, you let me know and I will come find you. If you're coming to Alberta, even better. You got to remember, Alberta's not a big province, right? There's only 4 million people in the whole bloody province. So you come into Alberta, man, anywhere in Alberta, Tofield, I'll come get you. Oh, Jake, do better. Do better. Picked you up because I subbed to a lot of Canadians. You know what, Cindy? That's great. That's great. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you're tuning into Canadians. If you sub to the channel, I appreciate that too. Guys, I am 51 subs away from 12,000. 51 subs away from 12,000. I'm not asking you to sub, but I am just letting you know that I'm 51 subs away from exactly 12,000. So I wouldn't mind hitting 12,000 today. That'd be good. But if you don't feel like subbing, I appreciate the fact that you're here anyway. Do me a favor though, do hit the like button on your way in or your way out. Stroke it, poke it, rub it, caress it. If you're like Sterling, you do naughty things with it, just clean up the mess when you're done. Yeah, nice try, Jake. Do better. I'll be locking the bloody door. Yeah, it takes more than a door. I can get through a door. I don't know why, but you're my only Canadian. I'll take that. You know what? I'm honored. I'm honored. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good Canadian content out. There's a lot of good Canadian channels out here. But if I'm it, brother, thank you. I appreciate that, Toes. 12K is a big number. It is a big number. We've been working steadily to build the channel. We have. I say we, but that's me. But 12,000. It's a good milestone. It's a good milestone. Wheel burner for PM 24. Sign me up, dude. I'll do the job. Cindy sub and got bells on it. You know what, sweetheart? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We're gonna watch the sunrise for a couple more minutes. Then you guys know the deal. We'll put the camera in the stand and we'll turn it around. And you poor bastards are gonna have to look at me for the next little while. We're just gonna sit and shoot the shit like we usually do. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about, whatever's on your mind. Except for Jake. He's trying hard. He's gonna do better though. He's gonna be a better man. Ollie Bolly? Nice name, man. I'm in Alberta, Canada. I'm a Canadian, born and raised Canada. I'm out in Alberta. I'm in the second last province. I go one more province over and then I'm in the Pacific Ocean, so. You were hoping I didn't throw my hat in, but I don't know, man. I don't know if this trucking gig doesn't work out. I might just go for a career in politics. Where in Arizona is this? Nathan Gigi, you know what? We are not in Arizona, but you could easily pass for it, eh? We're way up north. We're nowhere near Arizona. We are way up north. We are in the Great White North, although there's no white today. It's a beautiful day. We got 7 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but we're gonna go up to about 20 today. So we are, for Canadians, that's 20 degrees is short and t-shirts. Brown Chicken, my boy. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. One of our moderators is in. Brown Chicken's in, so behave yourself. One of the mods is here. I'd come vote for Wheel Burner, just need beer instead of healthcare and free place to live. Dude, actually in Canada, the healthcare is cheaper than the beer, Ryan. You'd be okay. Coors Light right now in Canada is on sale for, you can get 24 of them for 36 bucks. 36 bucks Canadian. So, I don't know what that is American. Probably what, about 27 or $25? $25 American, you can get 24 Coors Light. I don't drink, but I did have to go in and buy a case of beer because that's how I pay for my parking spot for the truck. I have a deal with the guy in town here. He's got himself a real nice deal, and he's got himself a nice little lot, and it's fenced and it's got cameras, and he takes payment in beer. I'm like, okay, I got no problem with that. Brown Chicken, I need you to replace my chicken that got hurt this morning. Hopefully it wasn't the chicken between your legs, Toes. You know, you're not supposed to beat that thing like it owes you money, you know. Drake's dad's mustache. That's a pretty good handle. Nova Scotia is better. Nova Scotia is beautiful. Nova Scotia is one of my favorite provinces in Canada to go in. Actually, probably, yeah, it's my second next to Alberta. I love Nova Scotia. I've spent a lot of time out there. I've trucked a lot of miles out in Nova Scotia. Love it. Seen the sun rise in Nova Scotia, the sun set in Nova Scotia. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous in Nova Scotia. $45 in America. Our dollar is worthless. 45 bucks for 24 beer. Holy shit, man. No wonder you guys are all sober. None of you can afford to get hammered. I'd vote for you 3 or 4 times as much as they let me. Musical chores, hey, I'll take the vote. Let me tell you, be honest with you. When I was in high school, my last year of high school, before they politely asked me to leave, they did, you know, I don't know what age group you guys are, but when I was in high school, that was like in 1987, when I finished high school, we had to do, not an aptitude test, but it was this goddamn big test, and it was the one where they give you like 500 questions, and you just circle the little, of all circles, you just fill in the little circle. And it was like something, by doing this test, it was supposed to determine what career field or path that you might go down, and it was to give the school an idea of where you might go. And I was either gonna go into commercial work. Mine led to commercial work or politics. So who knows? I could end up in politics. Case of Coors Light here is about 24 bucks. That's about, you know, if you convert it to Canadian, you're at $36 Canadian. It's not a bad deal. Drake's dad's mustache. I love Nova Scotia. I'm moving to Canada. You know what? You might want to think about that, depending on where you are living. Moving to Canada, just for the beauty and the view. You might want to think about that. Oh, my apologies. Sorry, just jostling the camera around. They closed the Budweiser plant in St. Louis, and Grant's farm is only 6 hours a week now. No shit, eh? I don't think Budweiser can take too many more kicks. Bootlicker, good to see you, man. I saw your comments earlier. Sorry, I was just scanning, and you guys are talking quick again today. So good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Just wait till 2040. No money for beer, and you will be illegally hunting or foraging your food. Exactly. Exactly. Nova Scotia is taxed to death. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the view. 2-4. Although don't get me wrong, Carney will be taxing us on that too. You better be careful. You're in New Brunswick. No, you're in Nova Scotia. So yeah, pretty soon you'll be standing on your porch there, looking at the view, paying a view tax, some kind of viewing tax. Don't put it past them, buddy. Good thing you didn't end up in a Bud Light advertisement. Oh no, no Bud Lights. Miziel just subscribed. Hey man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that a lot. Have I been to Australia like you told? No, I have not. Skynet, I have not been to Australia. It is on my list, obviously, of things and places I want to go. Australia is probably right at the top of my list of places that I want to go. One of my daughters lived there. Both of them did at one point, but my two oldest kids, but my second oldest daughter, Catherine, she lives in Melbourne. So she lives in Australia with her boyfriend, and they love it. They love it. They've made a very good home for themselves. They've made a very good life for themselves. They're comfortable. They're doing well. So everything's going downhill in this economy. Dude, just wait. We may be going downhill, but we haven't even begun to pick up speed yet. Let me tell you, we haven't even begun to pick up speed yet. You're in St. Louis, Missouri. I was joking around with my girl last night. We were standing on the porch, and we were talking about Missouri because a buddy of mine's on his way down to Texas, and he's going to be going through Missouri. And I said, oh yeah, he'll be going from here to here, then into Missouri. And she looked right at me and she goes, Missouri. I'm like, yeah, that's how they say it. That's not how we say it. Unless you're from Missouri, you can't say that. This new generation sucks, and I hate to say it, but I'm part of this new generation. You know what, Toes? This new generation, it doesn't suck. Let's not be that hard on it, okay? The new generation doesn't suck. I think they've got poor leadership, and they lack common sense. They have the ability, right? They have they don't have the ability. That's wrong. They've been given, like God's given them common sense and the ability to reason. They just lack the ability to fucking put it into use and process it and live their lives. If everybody, meaning the new generation, but including my generation as well, if everybody would just mind their own business, you know, most people in life can't take care of themselves, and yet they're worried about what everybody else on the goddamn planet's doing. You know what? Take care of yourself and worry about yourself. You can't afford to live anymore. Houdini, I hear you, man. I hear you. I left Ontario and I'm now living in Alberta. I pretty much got priced out of Ontario. I did. It sucks balls, man, but I did. I got priced out of Ontario. I come to Alberta. I got a better place to live. It's more affordable to live. I get to wake up in the morning and look at this every morning. I can't complain. Woo, look at that. We got a celeb in the house. Still waiting here. Wow, you finally showed up. Look at that. AA cheater. Guess you needed your ego stroked. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jason Rules. Still waiting here. Now, how he got a mod, I don't know. But actually, I do know. But this is Jason Rules. And this is a troll of the highest degree. Okay? This is a troll of the absolute highest degree. This little cock wrench has been following me around for years doing this. You know, nibbling into my life, trying to pull out little bits and pieces and then putting it up on YouTube. Probably about 90% of anything the man says is a load of shit. But that's okay. Let him say it. He can say whatever he wants while he's here. Basically, he's putting his name up there so that he can look at the screen and say, oh, look how good I am. I can see my name and I wrote something beside it. So, wow, you finally showed up, Brian Brown. What? You don't need to put my first and last name, Jason. Everybody knows where I live, my name. They know where I am. They know that I live in Strasbourg, Alberta, you know. And I cheated. Well, you certainly got your facts mixed up. That's kind of interesting. But, you know, hey, whatever. You put whatever you need to put up here. So how's Victoria, your new girlfriend? Is she cool that you cheated on Dar? Oh, explain this to us, Brian. How a man who's been married for you kicks her to the curb. See, look at that. You got all your facts mixed up. You're wrong. Oh. Look at this. Keep going, JJ. Keep going. The fact that over all the years, Jason Rules has been doing this. I have offered him many, many times to come on the live. Like, I'll drop a link and let you come in and you guys can talk, but he will not show his face because this is somebody I know. This is somebody I know. Jason is somebody I know, probably in my personal life, although probably not well, but yeah, it's kind of interesting how he does this. You got any more? Keep going. So on your what now, Brian? What, wife number 3? Keep going, dude. You, my friend, are nothing but free entertainment. You are nothing but free entertainment. There's not a single person in this chat. There's 45 people in this chat, and there's not a single one of them that gives a flying fuck about anything that you are typing. And you can come back tomorrow, and you can no, chicken, leave them alone. You can come back tomorrow and spew whatever the fuck you want. Not a troll. I just know the real bright. Dude, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. I've been out here a long time. You don't know nothing. But yeah, keep on going. You're doing great. Yeah, but we know where you got that information from, Jay. Like, a lie? I lie? Isn't your girlfriend's name Victoria? I never said her name wasn't. I never said her name. Right? My truck is not parked at the Husky. See, again, you're lying. My truck was parked there for 2 days, and the only reason you knew that, Jay, was because Humberto was there, and he was at that Husky, and you were watching his live, and you saw my truck when Humberto pointed it out. So, dude, like, get real. You're not some kind of investigator. You're not some kind of fucking sleuth. You haven't got anything. You don't have nothing. You don't have nothing. Nobody on my channel is blocked, just so you know. Oh, brown chicken, don't worry about it. This guy is absolutely nothing. All he is free entertainment for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. He's been stalking him since I started. Exactly, Houdini. Same guy, same trash, same everything, right? Types in all capitals and his spelling is horrendous. He's obviously uneducated. What's going on there, Chicken Hawk? Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. Was talking about you yesterday. You can be probably expecting a phone call from a mutual friend of ours. They were inquiring about you, and they already got your phone number, so they might be popping a phone call just to see how you're doing. He's trying so hard, and it's so funny. See, exactly, Toes. Exactly. So, you know, Jay, just keep putting it up there. I'm sure you're not done yet. I'm not to the bottom of the comments yet. Exactly. It was the afterbirth, and they chucked the baby at birth. There you go. There you go. I'm nothing but everything I've said. You can, dude, learn to type, please. If you're gonna put something up there for your own entertainment and to entertain us, at least learn to type. You know, and go back to grade 3 and learn to spell. Come on, man. You confirmed it all. You're a cheater and a liar, always looking for attention. My goodness gracious. Son, I'll give you time to catch up. I'm all caught up. I'm down at the bottom. Stephanie, sweetheart, good to see you. Oh, let me just turn the camera real quick. We're gonna take this sunrise for a couple more minutes. Then we'll turn the camera around and take a look and get down to our usual hubbing and bubbing and our jamming and bullshitting. So, Stephanie, I had a great weekend. Oh, there you go, Chicken Hawk. There you go, Stephanie. Get ready. Get ready. I was talking to Chicken Hawk about you. Your ears must have been burning. Is this Arizona? JA? No, this is not Arizona. I'm out in Alberta, Canada. I'm sitting out on the edge of town here where I live. I live in Strathmore, and we're looking due east right now, and we're just watching this sun come up. Give it another couple of minutes, and we'll bring it in and turn the camera around. What's going on, Quinn? Good to see you, man. Damn good to see you. Excuse me. Take your ball and go home, kick rocks. There's nothing here for you, Jay. There's nothing here. I see everything that you go on the other channels and you go on everybody else's channel and all the shit you're spewing, and you go right ahead. And I know where you get where you've gotten some of your information from, and that's all good too. Knock yourself out. Have a good time with that. I know you are. I love how you deflect anything showing how you're someone special when all you are is a liar and a cheater. I tell you what, man, you tell me what I'm lying about, and then you tell me what I cheated on. Your facts are wrong of cheating. And that's why I got nothing to hide, dude. I got nothing to hide. And am I out here trying to get attention? Dude, I've been doing this for years. Off and on, off and on. I'm the last guy in the world trying to get any attention. And you know that, if anything, you're the one trying to get attention. You're the one trying to get attention. But like I said, man, go back to school, get yourself an education, learn how to spell, learn how to write, learn how to, use proper grammar, learn how to take your cap locks off. What's the point of telling us this information about him allegedly cheating? Exactly, Drake's. I don't get it. I don't care. I don't care. For the most part, my life is an open book. I would say about 70% of my personal life I share online, and about 30% of it isn't online because, it's my family and my kids and my personal business. And it doesn't belong on Facebook or on YouTube. JJ here says that it thinks that it should. So that's interesting that you write that, because that's wrong. That's wrong. And I know where you got that bit of information from too. So that's wrong. Dude, you know what? At least if you're going to be a troll, Jay, be a good troll. Go. You want a good example of a troll that I actually respect? Go see Narc, right? Go hang out with Narc for a while. I saw you over there in his chat the other day, bad mouthing me. That's fine. That's fine too. But if you're gonna be a troll, at least be a good one, dude. Yeah, I know he's over everywhere. Again, he's looking for attention. That's all he's doing. And we just gave him his 3 minutes of fame here. We just gave him his 3 minutes of fame. So, he's good. He's done. Is this the whiny lib channel? No, there's no liberals here. There's no libs here. Ghost politics. Guys cheat, girls cheat. No one cares. That's a good point. Not that I did, you know, not that I did. I'm not going to say that in my entire life that I have been the, the model of perfection as a husband or a father. But everybody's had a fall here and there. But have I ever fucked another woman while I was married to my wife? Absolutely not. I'm done. Bye. Are you threatening me? Nobody's threatened you here. At least I've not threatened you. If somebody in the chat's threatened you, that's entirely between you and them. Top spot. May God always bless. Oh, may God always bless you. Well, thank you, very. 265. I don't wipe. I think it's pointless. There you go. I think he's obsessed with. I think so. It's I've got a gay a gay troll fucking following me around. Jason's a lib. You can tell. Exactly, Ryan. He's threatening you with a shitty stream. Ah, well. Everybody's entitled. Everybody, I'm entitled to have a shitty stream. If you don't like it, swipe on by. Big V, man, I'm doing all right today. The sun's up, as you can see. We got a beautiful day. The sky is blue. The birds are chirping. I got hot coffee sitting here beside me. We're all good today, man. Brewski, yeah, Texas Car Wash. I think he owns 2 down in Texas. I think he wants your sexy body. Maybe he does. How can I live with myself? I sleep very well at night. I sleep very well at night. Obviously you do. Obviously you don't. Obviously you don't. I sleep very well at night. Quite comfortably. You, on the other hand, living in mom's basement, out there in Cambridge, with that shitty little stupid swimming pool in the backyard, you obviously don't live very well. Oh, coffee is good. Damn, that's fucking good. You know more than I want others to know. You just throw it up there, buddy. Keep throwing it up there. Do what you gotta do, man. Just keep throwing it up there. Your lifespan on this channel is your days are numbered. Nobody gives a fuck. Sleeping Moon, do you piss in a bottle or find a brush? A bush. Neither. He's just jealous. Look at that. He's looking for attention. That's all he's doing. Bootlicker. Agreed. Oh my God, I'm laughing. You have no idea where I live. Dude, call OPP like I told everyone. LOL. You know what? Enjoy your moments. You're not blocked. You're welcome to come on in any time. You can say whatever you want. This is free entertainment. You are making my job easy. I don't have to do a goddamn thing but sit here and watch you make an ass of yourself. That's a Walmart paddling pool. Dallas and Mansfield. There you go. How did you develop confidence driving? Time. The more you do it. Absolutely, the more you do it, the more miles you get behind, the more time in the seat, the more wheel time you get, man, the better off you are. That's how you get confidence. And you know what? Listen to the old timers. Some of the best advice I got was keeping my mouth shut, sitting at the truck stops in the old days and sitting there listening to the old timers talk. That is the best way to get confidence. And know up front, man, that you're going to make mistakes. Hopefully nothing critical and nothing too big. But you know what? You're going to make mistakes, and that's all right. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, man. He's got a kiddie pool. Big V, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Void, appreciate that as well. Thank you very much. Sleeping Moon, what do I drive? I got a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. I got a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. Where are you going, dude? Come on. Run from Skeeter, I subscribe. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. When I started the stream, absolutely, Craig Rat. Absolutely. Just saw that come across. Absolutely. Anything like that would be appreciated. How long have I had it? Sleeping Moon, it was, I didn't get it brand new. I bought it from ET Transport. I was working for them at the time. And it was a 2020, and I got it in 2021. It was about 8.5, almost, it was 9 months old when I got it. So I didn't get it from brand new. But I've had it since, say, 2021. And it's, I'll be honest with you, of all the trucks I've owned, and I hate to say this, of all the trucks that I've owned, it is the best truck that I've owned. It really is. I've absolutely loved the truck. Is it the most, comfortable truck? No. The Kenworths are obviously a little more comfortable. The Petes are a little more comfortable. Is it a glamorous truck? No. But pound for pound, dollar for dollar, it is the best moneymaker that I've ever owned. It has always been reliable. It's got the Detroit DD15 engine in it. It's got the DC12 automated transmission in it. And that's the other thing. I drove manual. I've always owned a manual transmission, and I was one of those guys that swore up and down I would never own an automatic, never own an automatic. Well, guess what? Brian has an automatic transmission, so, and I like I said, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Would I update or change my? Right now, I'm not changing the truck. There's nothing wrong with it. It runs very well. It's still an 8 mile per gallon truck, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's running very well. So no, we're going to be keeping it for a while. We're going to be keeping it for a while. Do I play Black Ops 6? No, not lately. Okay, Crag Rat. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I'll touch base with you when I'm done. It's all I got. Yeah, well, just more BS. More BS. How much mileage? It's got 640,000 miles, so I think it's about 1.2 million kilometers. So it's still got lots of life left in it. It's still got lots of life left. It's been very well maintained, so I don't have to worry about that. It's been well maintained. I do the very best I can to take care of things as they happen before they become a problem. So, and I think that's one of the biggest pitfalls and downfalls to guys in this business. They get into the business and they buy a truck and they start running, and they just next thing you know, they're getting overwhelmed with repairs or little things, and they let it go. Oh, I'll fix that next week, and then it never gets fixed, and the next week turns into next month. The next thing you know, they're paying a $5,500 tow bill for a $500 repair. What's the difference between a kiddie pool and a diddy pool? I think they're both about the same, aren't they? The liquid in it. Hey, chicken, leave still here. Leave him in here. Don't delete him. Maybe knock off that comment there, but leave him in here. Don't be deleting still here. Anything Anything he's got to say, we all want to hear. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. And you can't time out fucking car wash guy. That's not allowed. Ryan's one of the few people like Robert that's pretty much allowed to say anything he wants unless he's talking about murdering somebody. Bite my nails. Where have you been, Jack? Where have you been? Stephanie is back. Good to see you, Stephanie. Thank you for coming back. Oh, Brian explained to us. Nobody bites. I don't know what you're talking about. Who bites their nails? I used to bite my nails. Is this a problem for you, Jay? Is this a problem for you? The fact that somebody bites their nails. You're just taking a shot because how do you bite your nails with no teeth? Well, take a shot at me. You know, I've heard them all. There's nothing you can say. Yeah, I got no teeth. But they'll be here in about 2.5 weeks, so we're all good with that. Keep going, brother. Keep going. You're killing it. You're doing great. Look at your nails. Show everybody. Nasty. Nasty. Well, you know what? As soon as I'll turn the camera around in about a minute or so here, I'm actually doing something. I'm doing something else right at the moment. It's entertaining this morning. Hey. We aim to please. Looks like Illinois. What is that? Robespierre? Looks like Illinois. Well, you know what, brother? It's not Illinois. We are sitting out in Alberta, Strathmore, Alberta, Canada, is where we're sitting. That might be it, Crag Rat. That might be it. That's not going to happen today, tomorrow, or the next day. But you know what? You may well be right. You may well be right. You know, he likes it a little gentle. You know, a little gentle. Stephanie, we are popping today. We got a really good group in here. Earth is flat and the sun is local with the moon. I've not heard that one today. But if you think I'm going to jump on board with the flat earthers, you might want to try again. Twerk. No, there ain't no twerking going on here, man. I am way too old and fat to be fucking twerking. Trust me. You don't want to see me twerk. That's ugly in the highest degree, man. Let me tell you. Ain't no twerking going on. I got ass. Probably got a big enough ass, but you don't want to see it flapping around. Hey, how the hell you doing this morning, John? Good to see you. Damn good to see you, JD. Another nice sunrise. Yeah, the sun, she's on the way. I'm going to turn the camera around. Right now, the sun is right at a point. It's not quite high enough above my visor yet. So if I turn the camera around, you're going to get that on like I'm going to have the sun right in my eyes type deal. So just give it another couple of minutes. It's almost there. Freight hauler, good to see you, brother. Damn good to see you. Tell us what you've been doing for the last 4 or 5 days other than hiding. Oh, I know. Victoria must have been around. So what? If you've been a good troll, which you're not, but if you've been a good troll, you'd know that I do my streams 4 or 5 days in a row, and then I take a couple days off, and that has to do with she gets days off, and I want to spend those days with her. I'm not going to stand out here listening to goofy fuckers like you, Jay. And I got nothing to prove to you, Jason. That's the whole, at the end of the day here, this all winds down to one thing. I got nothing to prove to you. I got nothing to prove to anybody on YouTube. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. This is my channel. I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I have absolutely nothing to prove to you. Nothing. So the fact that you're sitting here trying to hold me accountable with lies, hey, like I said, man, this is free entertainment. Look at the chat. They're loving you. What makes you think I don't have employment? Dude, again, grow up. Exactly, Cindy, grow up. He's got insecurities. I don't think he was hugged enough. I don't think he was hugged enough. I think you know what, Jay, go upstairs and give Mom a hug. Give her a hug. Tell her you need some love. I'm a free man after I cheated. Again, that's worry about your own job. I love this. It's a free world, man. Exactly. Thank you. Some people, you know what? Mind your own business. You can't take care of yourself there, JJ. Go take care of yourself. Don't worry about what the rest of the world around you is doing. Anarchy of the West. Coke with the boys is good, but burgers with Jesus is forever. Okay. Skeeter's in from Pennsylvania. Good to see you from. Uh-oh. Okay, we got Chick. I'm more interested in. Never mind, Jason. I want to see what's going on here with Chicken Hawk and Stephanie. I think we got a long distance love affair going on here. The best part of him dribbled down his daddy's leg. It may well have, and left a shit stain on the bed. All right, I think we're good. Let me just. There we go. There we go. Whew. What's the temperature in southern Alberta right now? Right now I've got 8 degrees Celsius. According to the car, I've got 7 degrees in Strathmore. Mind you, I could go to the other side of town. It's only 2 miles. The whole town's only 2 miles long, not even. And it could be, 3 degrees over there. Calgary is 6 degrees. Bootlicker, yeah, you're about the same as what we got. I got 7. It's bouncing between 7 and 8 degrees. It is a gorgeous day here. It is absolutely gorgeous. I got no complaints about the weather here today. Although we woke up to snow the other day. Our peaceful sunrise always turned into troll vision. There, what can you do, right? Oh, damn. That was good. 28 degrees Celsius there. Oh, Cindy, I'll take that. Actually, 28 is too hot. 28 is too hot. That's like sweat your balls off weather, man. And you probably, I don't know if you got humidity or not. When I lived in Ontario, it would be 28 degrees, but with the humidity, my God, it would choke you. In Alberta, we have no humidity. So if we get 20, and we do get 28 degrees here, but at least it's not humid. You're not dying with the humidity. Again, you're wrong. That's not what I pay for my truck payment. Both my fuel tanks are working just fine. Like, where have you been, dude? Where have you been? We've been doing this for a while. Like, obviously the fuel tanks are fixed. Well, where have you been, brother? Hey? Where have you been? You need to catch up. You're a little behind. You got humidity, so 38 degrees 2 weeks now. 38's way, 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 way too hot. That's not happy. That's not happy weather. That's not happy weather. Woo! You're on the phone with Neil, my dad. Well, man, that's good. I haven't spoken to him in years. I hope you're getting some really good information. I really do. I really do. Because anything you get from, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. I haven't spoken to him in years. Anything that he knows would be outdated by years. So, and he certainly wouldn't know anything about my business, and he certainly wouldn't know anything about the truck, and he wouldn't know any. I don't even know if he knows where I live. So, whatever. Woo! There's nobody blocked on my channel, Jason. There's nobody blocked. So, fuck that. That's a lie. That's a lie. I know how he got. I know how he got to be a mod. It's not important. It's been taken care of. Makes no difference. He's not a mod anymore. He's not a mod anymore. If you guys want to play with him, Chicken, if you want to, Crag Rat, if you guys want to play with him, go ahead. JJ, at least do me a favor. At least hit the like button. Entertain yourself. Like yourself, would you? Give yourself a good old big old fat like there, would you? Cheers, brother. I smoke also. Oh, let me tell you something about smoking. It's horrible. Cigars, you'll notice we're not smoking cigars today. No cigar. Got sick. You know what? Just got sick and tired of smoking. Yeah, Crag Rat. Got tired of smoking. It's not an expense that I really want to be putting out, but it's one of those goddamn things. I enjoy doing it, but I enjoy it too much, and that's part of my personality. It's part of my addiction. You know, I'm a drug addict and whatnot, and I'm recovered, but it's one of those goddamn things that when I do something, I go full at it. And it's one of those things that cigars has been something that I've been smoking for years and years and years, and it's just too much. Too much. And you know what? It's all I got. It's obviously they're not cheap. You know, they're not cheap. It's an expense. They are expensive, and it's not really an expense that I really want to be spending. You know, really. Did somebody boot him? There we go. Somebody timed him out. Now you can come back in 600 seconds or 600 minutes or whatever the hell that was. 600 seconds. There we go. Just stopped in to say, hey, got to get back to work. Chat soon. Hey, John, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm the same with sugar and chips. I am the same way with sugar. I have a massive bootlicker. I got a massive sweet tooth. Absolutely massive sweet tooth. Let me tell you. If it's got sugar in it, I will drink it or eat it. I love it. Error code got timed out. That's all a good way to do. I farted bigger than JJ. Jason went to sleep. Well, you guys take care of that habit, that problem. Little problem. No big problem there. Just a little problem. When you got a bug that's annoying you, you step on the bug. He got stepped on. I'll be looking forward to his comments. I'll be looking forward to his comments in either my email or over on Narc's channel or on Sterling's channel. And he gets around. He gets around. He knows his way around. I'll give him that. But oh, you know what, Brown Chicken? He does. He's got many. He's got many. You know, for years I just ran around. He ran around with different names, and I'd block him, and another one I'd block him. Now it's just easier. Fuck it. I unblocked everybody. Nobody on the channel is blocked, and it's just easier now just to leave him alone and let him do what he's got to do, right? Say what you got to say. Have I ever met him? No, he refuses. Bootlicker, he refuses. I've never met him. I don't know where he, you know, I don't know exactly where he comes from. Somehow or another, I sense that I know him. I know him personally. This is somebody that I know personally. His day'll come. His day'll come. You know, if I wanted to I've got enough on him that if I wanted to invest the time and maybe a little bit of money, it wouldn't take that long to track him down. But by doing that, what am I doing? Who cares? Who cares? I don't give a rat's ass. It's not that important in my life that if he comes on here and he's spewing bullshit, what's he doing? He's spewing information that anybody on the internet can get for free, and then making it look like he's some kind of investigative reporter, you know, opening up all the aspects of my life and spewing it all out there. Like, okay, go ahead, spew away. If you think I'm that interesting, if my life is that interesting, Houdini, take it easy, man. Thanks for being here, man. Don't be a stranger if you can figure it out. I'm here. I hate to say it, sound like one of those old Vegas guys. Yeah, I'm here every day. You know, every morning, usually about 6:30, we watch the sun come up. So 6:30 till about 10, we go every day. So stop in. Make sure you pop in and say hi, man. Miss having you here. Canada is done in this town. I don't think Canada's done. Canada's not done at all, actually. Poor leadership and government, yeah. Houdini, just do the best you can, brother. I'm probably happier to see you than you are to see me. Glad to see you, though. Damn, man. Gotta run, chicken. You gotta take off. Another banger, my friend. See you all next. See you later, man. Be good. Behave. If you can't behave, be bad, but do it well, eh? Hello, I am a hingy boy. I don't have a clue what a hingy boy is. Somebody want to elaborate and spill the beans on what a hingy boy is? I don't have a clue. Jonathan Rhodes, good to see you. Canadian friend. Jonathan, without saying the city or anything, but where are you from? What province you in? We are sitting in the beautiful province of Alberta. It means he's gay. Okay. It means he's gay. Well, you know what? Doesn't matter. Sit down, relax. I don't give a shit if you're gay, you're straight, you're white, you're black, you're fucking whatever you are, I don't give a damn. You're welcome to come in and sit down and say hi and speak your mind and just be respectful. If you can, be respectful. If not, Craig Rat's gonna stomp you. Jonathan, you're not from Canada, sadly. Oh, man. Too bad. Too bad. Pi starts with 3.1415. There you go, man. I'm bisexual. Who who cares? It's not important, dude. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what your sexual denomination is, or your fucking racial, or I don't care. I don't care what you call yourself, where you live, what color you are. You're welcome here. Anything. You are absolutely welcome here. And if anybody's got anything to say about that, they can kick rocks. Frosty, I'm hypersexual. Hypersexual. That's pretty fucking good, man. That's that's actually really good. Is that a category? Is that a category? I I gotta check that, man. Anybody know if anybody's hypersexual? That's pretty fucking good. America used to be great, but after World War II, we stopped making anything. Well, Jonathan, that's honestly, we were talking about this in the stream the other day, and it's one of the United States' biggest problems, right? Is you guys don't make anything anymore. You guys used to be the industrial complex of the world. Everything you made was big, bold. You manufactured everything. You were a world industrial fucking powerhouse. And now the United States, I say you, I don't mean you, but I mean the United States and Canada to a degree, now we are just consumers, right? We are just consumers. We consume everything else from the world. We don't build anything. We don't make anything. We don't produce anything. Everybody fell by the dollar that it was cheaper to outsource everything and just buy it and bring it in instead of building it and making it ourselves. And that's when I think that whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, that's regardless. But one of the things that Trump is doing is he's making sure that you guys start manufacturing, you guys start building, you guys start getting back to what you were. You got to go, Cindy. Man, thank you so much, sweetheart, for coming in here. I appreciate that. I appreciate the like. I appreciate the sub. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow morning. Maybe not, but if we do, come on back. Come on back. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. But again, like I was saying, that's one of the things with the United States is, and if you could start, not just you guys, but Canada as well, if the economy could kickstart itself into being a manufacturing company, a building country, you do it. The problem that we've got is that why would I want to build, right? Why would I want to build a lighter, say a lighter? Why would I want to build a lighter in the United States that's going to cost $29 to build it when I can go to Taiwan or China and I can buy it from China for $4 because they can build it for 5 cents, right? So exactly, buying from the Chinese because the country rich don't feel like manufacturing. Exactly. You know, and that's exactly what it is. Exactly what I just said. You can buy this from China for $3 or $5 and then sell it here for $20, but you can't make it here for $20, right? You can't make it here for $20. So that's one of the problems we've got. You know, you can't do that anymore. Well, and that's what I think that Trump, like I said, whether you like him or not, or whether you voted for him or not, that's irrelevant. It's just a matter of what you can do and what you can't do, right? That's a very good point, Chicken Hawk. The lighter in the United States will be of good quality, will be really good quality. It won't be cheaply made, you know, and it won't be made in a sweatshop, or it won't be made, you know, by a bunch of 7-year-olds locked in a room with, you know, with nets around the windows so they can't throw themselves out the window anymore and kill themselves. It will last twice as long as the cheap Chinese knockoffs. And that's been proven. But yet, people will buy it, right? People will buy it because in the span of a lifetime, you can buy 4 of those lighters for cheaper than you can buy one made in the United States, right? And the lifespan, that lighter, like I've had this lighter. I don't know how long I've had this lighter. I've had this lighter for years and years and years, and it's still going. And believe it or not, this one was made in the U.S. But whatever I paid for that lighter all those years ago, I can buy 4 cheap knockoffs in that same span and still not cost as much as what that one lighter cost. And that's just the fact, right? That's just a fact. I'm not, you know, obviously I'm not making this up. You guys know all this. This has been out there for fucking years and years and years. Good quality products aren't cheap, and cheap quality products aren't good. And very well said, man. Agreed. A Huawei lasts longer than an iPhone. I don't doubt that, Saeed. I don't doubt that. But where's an iPhone made? Right? iPhones are made in China. Where's Huawei made? I think they're Korean, are they not? I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know where they're made. Just because, and that's the other thing, just because it comes from Korea doesn't mean that it wasn't made in Korea. It doesn't mean it wasn't made in China. It may well have been made in China. They're not assembled in China, by the way. You know what? I didn't know that. Hawaii is Chinese. You know what? When it comes to this kind of technology, I don't know because I don't keep up on it. I really don't care. All I care about is that it works, right? That's all I care about. I just want it to work. And a lot of the time, I'm not saying most of the time, but a lot of the time, it doesn't even work properly. Some of that is operator error. Right? Some of that is operator error. What can I say? He came back in without saying I'm back. Well, you know what? If he comes back in and he says I'm back in capitals, let him back in. All you care about is diversity and getting more immigrants in your country. In Canada, well, our government did, and I would say our government still does. The Canadian Liberal government, but they wanted the immigration to come in, not because they wanted the labor force or the workforce, like the way immigration is supposed to work. They wanted it for the votes, right? They were hiking in as many immigrants as they could, and as the immigrants were getting off the boat, Trudeau was handing them a check and a place to live and going, hey, there you go. Welcome to Canada. And all these immigrants were coming to Canada thinking they were getting a great new life. But part of the deal was they were going, oh, well, thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. We're going to vote for you. And in a way, it kind of worked. When are your teeth coming back? Dude, let me tell you, I'm really actually quite stoked about this. I was talking to my girl this morning about this. I'm actually really excited. I got to go this afternoon for my 3rd fitting, and they're going to do whatever. They do the fitting and the molds and all that. I should have a full set of chompers in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I should have a full set of chompers. Looking forward to it. Man, let me tell you something. Even though I've got no teeth, the UK is full. I'm coming to live at Brian's loft. Hey, knock yourself out, brother. There's room. Even though I don't have teeth, I can eat anything. The only thing I can't eat, right? The only thing I can't eat is like corn on the cob. Or like I can't bite into an apple. I'm looking forward to like biting into an apple. I really want to bite in. I can eat an apple, but I got to cut it up, right? We work, we don't eat, or we don't eat this side. Ron the Don, it's the same everywhere, man. It's the same everywhere. Poor people don't have teeth. That's a good point. American workers are not going to labor for low wages and can't pay their bills and still call the U.S. the greatest country in the world. Here's the thing, okay? It's not to say that, and I'm not an American by any means, I'm Canadian, but let's just use this in again. It's not to say that my country isn't a great country or the United States isn't a great country. Stephanie's back, by the way. You see that? She kicked in the door. It's not to say that the United States isn't a great country. The people that make the country are great. The people that make Canada a country are great. Our leadership is where we fall short, right? The politicians and our Canadian leadership and even the American leadership is where we fall short. And it's up to us, the people, to put the people in power to do the right thing. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter who you vote for. Whoever you vote for always has an agenda. They're going to say one thing, but they've always got an agenda, right? There's always an agenda. And it doesn't matter. And I've said this 1,000 times, guys. 1,000 fucking times, and I'm going to say it right now again. This will be 1,001, right? 1,001. You don't vote for the politician you like the most or the political party you like the most. You vote for the politician you dislike the least. Do your homework. Not enough Canadians in the last election that just went by a couple of days ago, not enough people did their homework. You vote for the politician you dislike the least. Do your homework and figure out which politician is going to do, or which political party is going to do the least amount of damage. That's who you vote for. They've all got skeletons. Every single one of them has got skeletons. Trump has got skeletons. Biden had skeletons. Harris had skeletons. Fucking Clinton, she's got a storage locker full of fucking skeletons. Never mind a closet, right? They've all got skeletons and they've all got an agenda. Your job, my job as the citizen to put these people in power is to find out what they are or what they aren't and make the best informed decision. And that's all we can do, man. That is all we can really, really do, right? Make an informed, educated decision. And unfortunately, and it's just my opinion here, the Canadian people did not make an informed decision. They really didn't. I think that's exactly what people did. Pierre's hate rhetoric and lack of attention to his riding crippled his chances. TF, I don't disagree with you. I don't. I think he came out of the gate strong, but I think he lacked in the home stretch. He let some things go. Losing his own riding, that crippled him. Damn, you lost your own riding. That's disappointing. And he fell short down the stretch. So I agree with you. People hated that and voted for Carney. Again, I do not disagree with you. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, again, in my opinion, I think Pierre would have made the better PM. Right? He would have made the better PM. Trust, where am I? I'm out in Alberta, Canada. Sitting on the outskirts of town, just looking out the window at a beautiful, looking at the prairies. That's what we're looking at. We got the beautiful prairies. If you keep walking straight, you'll be in Saskatchewan. Majority of us U.S. population is $1,000 in debt to credit card companies because they think their American dream will be affected by the drop in. Dude, again, it's education. Educate yourself. Saeed, you're in Saskatoon. Well, dude, you know what? If I keep walking straight, if I walk straight right out the front of this car and keep going, I can hook up with you. Well, if I'm walking, it'll probably take me a day or so. But if I drive, I can probably be there in about 7 hours. TF, he did not. I agree. He did not present a good case for our country, and it's unfortunate. But now we're stuck with Mark Carney, and Mark Carney is going to cave. He's going to fucking crumble like a cheap deck of cards. He truly, truly is. It's unfortunate. That man is gonna spend this country into the dirt. Not that we're not already there, right? Not that we're not already there, but let's just face it. That guy is going to spend us into the dirt. He's going to put us into the dark ages. Absolutely into the dark ages. Good morning, Greg, man. Good to see you. The Midway is in town. I don't think he will. We are all in a quite unique global economic position right now. You know what, man? Ambience, I hope you're right. I do. I really, really, really do. I hope you are right. Um, but I don't think you are. We can agree to disagree, but I truly think that Mark Carney and the Liberal Party is going to cave. You know, he's going to cave, and I think he's going to give in on all of the demands that the U.S. wants. I don't think there's going to be any negotiating. I think the tariffs are going to kick the fucking living shit out of us now, and I think Carney's just going to cave like a cheap deck of cards. You could join me on a hike. Let me tell you something, Saeed. Hiking is not on my agenda for today, tomorrow, or the next day. Let me tell you that. Harry Cool, how's your day going? Harry, I'm doing all right today. Just sitting around, kicking rocks, looking out the window, shooting the shit with you guys. You think Trudeau was better than Carney? Trudeau was easier to understand, even with his he sounded like he's got a mild stutter, but he was easier to understand. But let's face it here, that Trudeau wasn't the true leader, right? He wasn't. He was being led. He was being told. Trudeau and Carney, because here you got to remember, right? If Trudeau was the prime minister, right on his, if you guys were ever watching the House of Commons when they were doing all that, right over here on the right-hand side, who was there, right? Chrystia Freeland, right? The deputy prime minister. And right over here, behind him over here, who was there? Well, Mark Carney. And these are the two people that were his biggest policy makers, advisors, da-da-da-da-da. So all you've done is take Trudeau out and put Carney in. All the same policies are still in effect, right? All the same shit is still in effect. Nothing's changed. Except the name on the name on the door. It says Carney instead of Trudeau. And Trudeau was leading us down a fucking path of destruction. If you look at it, right? If you look at it, they were leading us down the path to the WEF. They were taking us down to a path of absolute horror. Paul, I am a truck driver. Through the years, I think I've seen you. You may well have, dude. I've covered all 48 states, all the provinces. The only places I have not been in a truck is Alaska and Hawaii. Be awful tough to drive a truck out to Hawaii, but if it could be done, I'd probably try it. And I've not been to any of the territories in Canada. Carney was not a successful banker. He was not successful anything. And on top of that, he took his entire business, like he owns a company, and his entire business, his whole corporate company, and he moved it to New York. Right before the tariffs. He moved everything to New York, including his family. They all live in New York, right? Like, come on, man. If you're gonna run the country, if you're gonna be Canadian, what are you doing? Get your company as a Canadian company. Run it as a Canadian company. You really think Canada is sovereign? Isn't the King of England in charge? The King of England, it couldn't wipe his own ass right now. And no, the King of England is not in charge. We are not a sovereign country to England or to the UK. 5 years ago, I couldn't spell truck driver, and today I is one. There, there you go. Chicken Hawk, you've been doing this longer than I have, for fuck's sakes. It's supposed to be, but unfortunately it's not. Well, we're a slave to somebody, but it's not England. I'm telling you, I'm very, very curious. I am. Guys, I'm very, very curious. I'm not thrilled with the way the election turned out. I'm not happy with the choice the country made, but like I said, there's no sense of me standing on the roof of my house screaming and yelling. You're not going to do anything. So we have to live with it. So what do? We're going to have to live with it. But do we have to be happy about it? No, I'm not. But I am curious to see what Carney's going to do. He's talking. He's talking. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's see if he follows through. We can hear what he's saying, but let's see if he follows through. Okay, Jason, if you're gonna come back, you're gonna get timed out again, dude. If you're gonna come back, you have to write, "I'm back" in capital letters. You got no problem with that. See how 2-4 did it? That's how you gotta do it. Right? That's how you gotta do it. So if you're gonna come back, you gotta do it right. Otherwise, you're gonna get fucking timed out, and then you can come back in again. I'm trying to retire from truck driving. It's gotten too shitty out here. Paul, I can't disagree with you. It's not a happy market to be in right now. I'm telling you, honestly, it's not. If there was a way right now that I could just walk out of the trucking business, right, and just walk away from it, I would. I would end my career right now and walk away and go do something else. If there was a way I could do it right this minute, I would do it. I wouldn't even think twice about it, man. The market is no good, but it's not just the market, it's our industry, right? The trucking industry, the trucking business is dirty. The business of trucking is lopsided. It's not a fair fight anymore. Sonny, Jesus loves us all. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. We are Canada's UK's cousin. Let's not get, maybe second cousin. Maybe second cousin. You're 64. I could retire, but hey, Paul, you know what? I hear you. There's a lot of guys in that position. A lot of guys out here that have been doing this 30, 35, 40 years, that want to retire, that, the business is just taking such a toll on them, especially the small-time owner-operators. It's just, I'm a single truck owner-operator. And you know what? For guys like me, it's very, very hard to make a decent dollar these days because the cost of doing business has gone up almost 60% in the last 5 years. But yet the rates and our income and the wages have not followed suit. So whereas before it was like this, right? And you had that much profit margin in between, now it's like it's razor thin. It really is. It really is. It's very, very difficult to make a good living today. The governing bodies that run the trucking industry are crooked. You would think that the governing bodies that run the trucking industry or that regulate would be on our side, but they're not. They're not. They say they are. Oh, we're out here to help the truckers. We're out here to protect them and protect the industry. They don't. It's this. At the end of the day, it's this, right? It's the shippers, the receiver, the DOT, the e-logs, and now exactly. 60% in 5 years. It's life changing. That's life changing money, Whereas you used to be able to be an owner operator 5, 6, 10 years ago, and you'd make a very, very, very comfortable living here, right? You'd make a very comfortable living here. Nowadays, you're having to work harder and make less and take home less and keep less in your pocket. It's just very hard to do. It's very hard to do. And it's by no fault of the truck driver or the owner operator or the business operator. There's no fair fight in this game. We've always got one hand tied behind our backs. And then they introduce these e-logs. And let me tell you something, man. When we were running paper log books, I was never tired. I was never tired as running paper log books. I could work and get my job done and get my work done, and I was safe, and I never had problems. And then they introduced the e-log, and they were saying, well, it's going to force the driver to take his 10. It's going to force him to take his 30 minutes. It's going to force him to be well rested. I've never been so goddamn tired in my life, because the minute in the morning that you start that e-log, from the minute you start that e-log until, boom, the end of it, you are basically watching a clock ticking backwards. right? You're watching a clock ticking backwards. So all day long, you're racing a clock. I didn't have that issue when I was on paper. I didn't have that clock sitting there ticking down. And what does that cause? I'm guilty of it, and I know a lot of other drivers are guilty of it. You're racing a clock. So now, are you, yeah, they can track you. That's part of it as well. But can you realistically run safely when you are now up here? You're consciously always thinking about, I have to get this. I got to go because I'm racing that little computer there. You know, the appointments haven't changed. You still got to make your appointments. You still got to make your, you still got to be safe. You still got to do all the things that you had to do before, but now you're racing a clock. So if that thing goes beep at the end of your day, and you can't, and you're still 60 miles away from where you have to be, and you've got a 2:00 appointment, and it's noon, and you're not going to make it because the clock says it. When I was on paper, I could make that. Did I have to fudge some numbers? Everybody did, of course. But at the end of the day, I wasn't running exhausted, right? I wasn't tired. When I go to bed at the end of my day now, I'm fucking tired, man. I've never been that tired. Never been that tired. They don't want to see hardworking men that started with nothing and win point blank. Cool gear. That is very well said, man. That is very well said. I've always had, you know what? I hate having a clock, dictate to me how I'm going to work, You go to any other industry. If you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, a carpenter, you're the CEO of a corporation. If you're a firefighter, a cop, if you're anything, do you have a clock telling you how many hours a week you can work and how many hours a day you can work? How many minutes a day? Do you have? No, but we are one of the only industries that is regulated by a fucking clock. And I hate it. I truly hate it, man. It's not been good for this industry at all. They say that, oh, well, it's going to lower the accident rate. It has not. The accident rates have not been lowered at all. If anything, they've gone up. The safety scores and safety records are going to be, they're going to tighten those up. It's going to force companies to tighten up their safety scores. It does not. It has not worked that way either. So how does this work? What has been the good of an e-log? What good has come from it? What good is it? Well, now the companies can track you and see what you're doing. Now they're putting dash cams in. Not now they're doing it. They've been doing it for years. But I got no problem with the dash cam. If I've got a dash cam that's pointing out, no problem whatsoever. But now they've got them pointing in, right? And why is the company doing that? Well, it's to say, oh, they want to be able to watch and make sure the driver is being safe. No, it's for company accountability. So if anything happens, they can turn around and drop it on the driver. Right? Now, that's not to say, and let's be fair, that's not to say that the inward dash cam has not helped. I happen to know there's been a couple of times where, that dash cam has got the inward facing dash cam has got the driver off the hook. It worked on the driver's behalf. But overall, the big picture overall, no. I mean, like, that dash cam, hold on, let me get a mouthful here. If I was in a truck right now and I was driving, that inward camera is looking at me. And when you guys turn on your camera, you get that little yellow box. See where my head is? There'd be a little yellow box around my head, right? So while I'm driving, that yellow box is around my head, right, like that. And if my head, for any reason, goes outside the boundaries of that box, or if I look over here, because it follows your eyes as well, and if for any reason it takes a screenshot or a quick video record, and it sends that back to the office, and then the office looks at that, and then you get a phone call going, oh, you're distracted driving. Well, no, I wasn't distracted driving. I reached over and pushed a button on my radio. Or I had to reach down and pick up something off the floor, or I reached over and grabbed my drink, or whatever. And I got, it happened to me. I got absolutely sick and tired of having the safety guy call me every fucking 3 hours going, hey, you're doing this. No, I'm not. Look at it. What do you think I'm doing? I got tired of that. So, that was like overregulation. That drove me nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. It really did. That's why new Toyotas 24 are all equipped with cameras and speed trackers and GPS. They provide the police insurance for profit. Oh, dude, it's the day is, well, I think the day is now here, right? The day is absolutely now here, Philly, that, you know what? All the cars that we're going to be buying from here on out are going to be tracked. They're going to be, some way or another, the company or somebody will be able to tell exactly what's going on inside that car, outside that car, around the car, at all times. So it's not like the days of going to buy yourself a car. You're not going to buy yourself a car. You're going to buy a computer. They throw the car in for free, right? They throw the car in for nothing. You're going to buy a computer, and because of that, they'll be able to track you, look at you. Do they think this is going to lower any of the insurance rates? Fuck no. Fuck no. It's not going to. Insurance rates are still going up. You can have a perfect driving record, and yet your insurance rates will still go up. How does that work? Right? How does that work? They brought me into the safety office years ago when they started that stuff and showed me what I look like on camera. It's just like watching you right now. And they can listen to you. Yeah, they come with microphones as well. And the last company I worked for at KBD, they had outward-facing cameras only. They didn't have the inward-facing. And I appreciated that. But they did have a microphone, right? So at any given time, and they say that they can't, but they can, because I know they can, because I've seen it in action. At any given time, they can tap into that truck. They try to tell you that, oh, well, we can only do it when there's a recorded incident. And then it will give you it gives them the clip of 10 seconds before the incident and 10 seconds, or 30 seconds before the incident and 30 seconds after the incident. But that's bullshit. At any given time, they can go tick. They can tap into that truck and see what the dash cam is looking at out the front of my truck. They can also listen to what you're saying. I know because I saw it in action. I was standing in the safety guy's office watching him do it with another driver. And I'm like, ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good. But what can you do? If you want to work, the only way to get around that dash cam situation, go get your own authorities, buy your own truck, get your own authorities, get your own insurance, and do it yourself. Do it yourself. That's the only way to do it. And I beg any of you to try it. Because right now, like, it's just too hard. And it's not worth it, really, to go and get your own authorities and run under your own numbers, because I get a better insurance rate, I get a better fuel prices, I get better tire discounts, I get better shop rates when I lease my truck on to another company, because I can use their large purchasing power and buying power for all of those things. If I go out on my own authorities, yes, I'm going to go out and get some fuel cards, and I might get a discount of a couple of cents here and there, but I can't compete with the discount that I'm going to get and the fuel surcharge that I'm going to get from a larger company that I would lease on with. So it's not worth it for a guy like me. Really, it's not. I would love to say, yeah, I'm going to go out and get my own authorities again and fucking run down the street and take off and go do. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just a lot cheaper, and business sense wise, it's just easier for me to put somebody else's name on my door and run under their authorities, because, my insurance at KBD was like a 1/10 of what it would be if I was paying for it on my own. And the fuel prices that I get, like the company that I'm going to, with the way the fuel surcharge works and the way things work, and the prices for, say, like if I put my truck into the shop for that company, if I put my truck in the shop at Freightliner, I'm looking at fucking $220, $230, $250 an hour, right? If you use the company shop wherever you're working, chances are, you're going to be somewhere between 95 and maybe 150 an hour. Makes a big difference, man. It makes a big difference, especially if you're in for a big ticket item and something's busted. Chicken Hawk, you're in a different category. You're in a different category. You're not dealing with and I'm not going to say a whole lot because we're not going to spill your business. That's not the point here. But you are in a different category. Yes, you're an owner operator. Yes, you're an independent. Yes, you run your own authorities, your own plates, but like your freight that you're pulling, right? Your freight you're pulling is your freight. It's your dedicated freight. It's your customer. You're not dealing with load brokers. You're not dealing with nobody else has a hand in your pocket except for your wife. And we know that's the fact. And maybe even Stephanie coming up soon. So you never know that. You never know. But Chicken Hawk, you and I have. I am actually definition of law a carrier. No, I get it. You're an actual independent. But you and I have discussed it. For me, it's just not worth it. Truly, it's just not worth it for me to do something like that. Especially at this point in my career, right? My career is winding down, right? It's obvious to say my career is winding down. I'm 55 years old. I don't have 10 years of trucking left in me. I don't have, a big, long career left. And I'm not at the point financially that I want to go through the rigmarole of activating authorities, going through all of that and starting from scratch again. I'm just not there. I don't have the heart to do it. It's just easier, dollars and cents wise and business wise. It's just easier for me to lease on to somebody else and make my living and kind of ride off into the sunset. That's just kind of where it goes here, Hey, I'm from Finland. Harry, welcome in from Finland, man. You are a long way away from here. We are in Canada. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are about 9 provinces, 1 ocean, and 3 countries away from me. You are a long way out. Paul, if you're a senior driver, I hear you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. At this point in my career, I have to look at what's worth it and what's not. It's just not worth it anymore. It's not. If I was 10 years younger, I'd be doing what Chicken Hawk's doing. I would. I'd put forth the effort. I'd probably be running my own freight, dedicated customer. Excuse me. I'd be doing all of that. But right now, it's not. I'm still wearing a toque. Good old Canadian boy, eh? You guys hear that? You hear that? Good old Canadian boy used the word toque. There we go. I do agree. If you don't have direct customer freight, you own your authority. It's not worth it. Exactly. It's just not worth it. But here's the problem. Ambience, it's not as easy as just raising your rates. It's not as easy as just raising your rates. I could go, let's just say I've got my own authority and I'm going to a customer to present my company and say, I can move your freight. This is what you've got. This is okay. This is the equipment I've got. I can meet your needs. These are the lanes you've got. I can run these lanes. This is the rate that I can do this at. Right? But because I'm a single truck, my margin of what I need to operate to cover all of my expenses, my fixed costs and my variable costs, is higher than a company that's got 30 trucks, right? Because if they've got 30 trucks, they don't need to make that much money per truck. They only need to make that much money per truck. It gets spread across a fleet. With me, I can't compete. So let's just say, okay, I can do it for, I'll just use round numbers. I can do it for $3 a mile. I can run your freight for $3 a mile. Somebody else can come in that's got 30 trucks and go, I can do it for $2.25 a mile. How do I compete with that? I can't do it for $2.25 a mile. So you can't it's not just a matter of throwing up your rates because you won't get it. You won't get it. It's not that easy. Ambience, it's not that easy. It's not that if you can't do it, it's not a matter of Can I compete with another owner-operator on a one-on-one basis? His one truck to my one truck? Yes. Can I compete with a guy that's got 30? Or even if a guy that's got 10? No. So it's not a matter of I got no business, I have no right, or I got no business being in business. It's a matter of, can I compete financially, right? My costs are my costs, right? What it costs to do business out here is what it costs. You don't go to the fuel companies and negotiate, right? You do with certain levels with your fuel cards and everything like that. There is a certain level that you do compete with, or you negotiate and everything, and you do negotiate rates and you do. But what a single truck can negotiate and what a guy with 30 trucks can negotiate are two different levels. He's going to negotiate at a better rate because he's got power. He's got more trucks to spread that out, right? He's got more trucks to spread that out. I can't compete with a guy with 30 trucks. I can compete with another guy that's got another truck, right? You give me a head-on, one-on-one competition with another owner-operator, I can compete with that, right? I can, because then instead of competing with somebody where it's a $1 difference between the rates, I can do it for $3. A guy with 30 trucks can do it for $2. If I'm competing with somebody else, now we're talking, never mind dollars, now we're only competing over cents. He can do it for fucking $2.25. Okay, I'll do it for fucking $2.20. Or I'll do it for $2.15. He'll come back at whatever. But you're going to be negotiating for cents instead of dollars. I can't compete with a big carrier over dollars. The mega carriers don't make a lot of money on each of their freight, on each of their loads. The fact that they've got thousands of trucks making, 10 cents a day profit is how they're making their money, right? It's spread out over fucking 5, 10, 15, 20,000 trucks. That's how they make their money. I have to make my money on dollars. I can't make my money on 5, 6 cents. It just can't be done. The Conservative Party literally believes you can just compete. I think they're talking about in the large picture of the whole country, the whole job market. They're not talking just about the trucking industry. You got to remember, the trucking industry is it is either the biggest or one of the biggest bodies of industry in North America, right? It really is. They weren't talking about the trucking industry. They were talking about Canada as a whole. You know what, Ambience, I can't argue with you. I'm not going to say argue. That's the wrong word. I can't discuss with you. You've got a way of thinking, and I can't disagree with it. Some of what you're saying, I do believe in. I do. But, in this business that I'm in, I kind of know what I'm talking about here. This is just one of those areas where it's just impossible for when you're competing one-on-one with a single, yes. When I'm competing one-on-one with a mega or a larger carrier, no. No, it can't be done. It can't be done. Let's just say, for example, let's say a carrier, let's say he's got 30 trucks. He's going to go to Freightliner and he's going to buy 5 trucks. Or say 10 trucks, or whatever. Let's say 5 trucks. If a truck, let's just say if I go into Freightliner and I spec out a new truck, out the door I'm going to get that truck, say for round numbers, we're going to say $250,000. That carrier is going to go in and buy 5, and he's going to get them for $220 a truck. Why? Because he's buying 5. So he's already closed that, right? So now the money, his fixed cost on truck payment is already lower than mine. So how do I compete with that? Well, okay, I have to find other ways to compete with that. Now, that carrier there that's got 30 trucks, he's got fuel cards and he's made his deal with SO or Flying J or TA or whoever. His trucks are going to get a 40-cent discount, a 40-cent per gallon discount at the pump. Me, I'm going to go get those same cards. I'm going to get a 15 to 20%, 20% discount at the pump. Again, so how do I compete that? So now he's got another edge there. How do I make up that gap? Okay. So now he's got he's got less fixed cost on his truck. He's got less variable cost on his fuel. Okay. Now he's got 30 trucks running. He runs all those 30 trucks and he only needs to make 25 cents. I'm pulling this out of my ass, right? But say he only needs to make 25 cents a truck per mile profit. Whereas I need to make $1.25 or $1, right? Because I have to cover those gap differences. I have to cover the different prices of a truck. I got to cover the different prices of fuel. I have to cover the different price in insurance. A truck, for me to insure my truck and my trailer as a single, I'm looking anywhere from $24,000 to $28,000 a year, right? A carrier that's got 30 trucks, he's got fleet insurance. His truck cost per insurance per cost per truck is significantly less. Again, so where do I make that difference up? Okay, it's simple. It's not hard math, really, guys. It isn't. And again, ambience, no disrespect, but I'm giving these to you in real time. You can tell me the conservative government says, oh, this, and it's a big pick. You believe everything the government says. Did I vote conservative? Yeah, I voted conservative. Why? Because it was the best worst option over the liberals. Simple. You know what? We used to have multiple trucks. At one point we had a few trucks running, and it's not worth it for me. By the time I paid drivers, paid the insurance, paid the truck, paid blah 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 blah, it just wasn't worth it anymore. It really wasn't. It's easier for me just to go and do it on my own the way I'm doing it. New entry authority in the U.S. has first year insurance cost of $25,000 to $35,000. Exactly. So how do I compete with that? Right? How do I compete with that? I can't compete with that. And that's U.S. Chicken Hawk. That's U.S. So you take $25,000 to $35,000 and you turn that into Canadian. Dude, I'm into the $40,000 mark for insurance for the first year. And then if you run the first year, and you run a clean logbook, you've got a perfect safety score, everything goes well, there's no guarantee that they're going to lower your rate. There's not. You failed to expand your operations effectively and lost money. That's your fault. You know what, ambience? I can't disagree with you. As an owner-operator and a businessman, I did not expand. I probably should have gone the other way. I chose to just come back down as a single owner operator. For me, it wasn't worth the hassle and the time and everything that went with it. Okay? Everything that went with it. I had to make that decision. Did I want to expand and take off and grow and deal with that headache or deal with that aspect? No, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Did I fail? No, I'm still operational. I'm still an owner operator. I'm still running a single truck. I'm still effective. I still make money, but I don't make as much money as I used to, right? I don't. I went back. Told this story a couple of weeks ago that, and we found a bunch of boxes, and I went back and in the boxes were statements from 2015. Now back in 2015. My truck was generating less money, right? The truck was generating, my revenue stream was a lot lower. I wasn't generating as much money, but I personally was making more money. I could make less because I could keep more for myself. Nowadays, my truck now generates much more money than I was making in 2015, but I'm not keeping as much of it. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. Ambience, I'm not blaming anybody. I didn't blame the government. I'm not saying that it's the government's fault. It's you know what? If you think that what I did and the decision I made was a failure, a sign of failure, you're entitled to think that way. I don't look at it that way. You know what? It's a matter of, did I want to deal with the hassle and the headache and all the stuff that comes with it when you expand into a larger operation? And at that point in my life, no, I didn't want to do that. I was content and I was making the money that I needed to make to live, as a single truck owner operator. Philly, that's a good point as well. You literally blamed e-logs and other DOT regs for causing you to have razor thin margins. I don't think you were listening. The only thing I really blamed e-logs for was for the fact that I've always been tired, right? That I hate the fact that I'm racing a clock. I'm always racing a clock. There's always a countdown. With paper logs, I never had to do that. E-logs aren't a result of razor thin margins. That has nothing to do with razor thin margins. Has nothing to do with an e-log. I think now you're just here for the sake of arguing, right? Lower your personal costs. I have. Everybody's had to, not just me. Everybody in this business, if you want to stay operational and you want to stay relevant, you have to lower your costs. And that includes your personal life. You have to make cuts and you have to make sacrifices. Everybody's had to do it. 3 ex-wives to support. Yeah, that's hilarious. Plus a girl. Oh, there you go. Throw that up there again. That is awesome. Prioritize. I'm amazed you can spell that word. That's fantastic. Loved it. Love it. Thanks. Well, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Ambience. If you wanna argue or you want to discuss, that's fine. I got no problem with it. I know where I sit. I know what I've done. I know, have I made every business decision that I've made? Has it been the right one? No. We've all made mistakes in business. We all, you all got to work and make up for those errors. Nobody's perfect in this business. I don't know a single owner operator out here that has not had a hard year or a couple of hard years or a couple of hard months. We've all done it. And is that the market's fault? No. Some of that is simply that, you make the wrong call. Nobody out here is perfect. Have I made mistakes in this business? Yeah, I have. But if I had to pay for them, fuck yeah. If I had to pay for them, yeah, I've had to pay for them. Should be no cigar today. We're giving the cigars a break for a while. But have I made the mistakes? Yes. Do I learn from my mistakes? I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that, at least I've learned from the mistakes that I've made in business. You try not to make the same mistake again, right? If it comes and kicks you in the ass and it hurts, obviously you'll learn a valuable lesson. Ambience, I'm not saying that I can't compete. I do compete. I do. And that's not what I was saying. I'm saying I can't compete in the market. I do compete. I'm still in business. I'm still operating. I'm still, but all I'm saying is that my level of competition is I can't compete with everybody. I have to stay in my lane and compete with the people that I compete with. Sell everything and move to the Philippines. Samsung, not a bad idea. Dave, am I from the US? No, man, I'm from Canada. I'm up in Canada. Sitting out in Alberta, out in the prairies. Look at this. It don't get no more beautiful than that, man. That is the Canadian, that is Alberta prairies. You can walk for days and in that direction and probably not run into another person. Liam, exactly. Big fish in a small pond. That's what I'm competing with. I'm a small fish. I really, truly am. I am a tiny little fish out here. And I'm competing with big boys, right? And it's only a matter of time. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's only a matter of time before guys like me can't compete anymore, right? It's just a matter of time before I can't compete anymore. It's just not going to be possible, right? The market is going that way. The industry is going that way. There's nothing you can do. Alberta, Bahamas, baby. Looks good, eh? Not bad. Not bad. I think between here and that horizon that's way over there, I think there might be one puddle of water, right? There might be one puddle of water. That's about it. So, Ambience, I get what you're saying. I do. Okay? I understand what you're saying, and I understand the reasoning behind what you're saying. Okay? And some of it I do agree with. But for me doing what I'm doing and working in the lane that I'm working in, the industry and the areas that I work, you know, at least I know my lane. I know what I can do. I know what my capabilities are. I know what my abilities are. That's all. That's all. Many industries are down right now. Well, a lot of, Helen, exactly. A lot of, if you look across the U.S. right now, there's plants closing, right? They're really, really closing. There's nothing you can do about it. Morning there, Robin. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for popping in. Robin's a good old Manitoba boy. So he's 2 provinces that way, right? 2 provinces over. Good to see you, Robin. Thanks for popping in here, man. Go grab your coffee, Robin. Just the way we like them. Retail, automotive, you name it. Exactly. I'm able to compete with guys doing my job, like with guys in my lane. I'm able to compete with them. Am I able to compete with a mega carrier? Of course not. Of course not. And am I barely scraping by? I never said that I was barely scraping by. All I've said is that the profit margins that were like from here to here, and we had a nice little profit margin in there, and it was very comfortable. And if you made a mistake, you could recover a little easier and a little better and a little quicker. Now, with the profit margins were like from here to here, you know, if you make a mistake, you know what? It's gonna hurt you a lot more. Realtopia, yeah, I'm out in Alberta. I'm sitting out just outside of Strathmore. Whatever. He likes it. He says he likes it. I did say that verbatim. After all my expenses, I barely make a profit, but I do make a profit. There's a difference between, you know, covering your costs and breaking even, and then there's and having no profit, and there's a difference between that and having a profit. Profit is defined as having money left after all of your expenses, your fixed costs, your variable costs, and that includes your salary, everything. If everything is paid and everything is covered, and if there's any money left over, that is your profit. You've got money left over with nothing to spend it on. That's profit. Now, back in the day, we had that much profit left over, right? So nowadays, we've only got that much profit left over. Simply, you know, barely making a profit. So yeah, but all of my costs are like my salary gets paid. I'm still paid. My life doesn't change. Right? My personal life doesn't change. All of my personal needs are all met and everything like that because my salary is built into the cost of me doing business. My salary is a fixed cost within my business. So my salary comes out every week when I get my company pays me. My business pays me personally. I'm an incorporated business. So that is part of that. I don't have to worry about my profit has nothing to do with my personal life. That's business. You need to separate the two. When I say I'm barely making a profit, that means there's barely any money left over after all of my expenses have been met, including my salary. That's all that means. That's all that means. Good profit is relative depending on who you talk to. That's a very good point. It is. I'm just talking in general terms here. And again, like I'm not going to turn. I'm not competing with ambience here. He's got some good points. I know what I've said, and I stand by what I've said, and he's holding me verbatim for what I've said, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. When I say that there's smaller profit margins, it means that there's less money left over after all of your expenses, after all the business expenses, including my salary, insurance, truck payment, everything. After everything's been paid, there's very little profit left over. That's what I'm talking about. No, it's not. Salary is a business cost. It is. It is a fixed cost. My salary comes out of the business account and I pay myself into my personal account. It is a salary. It's not, it's a set amount every week, and that is an expense from my business, and that is a fixed cost. So yes, it is. Salary is not salary is a profit if you're a sole proprietor, but I'm not. I run an incorporated business. So my salary is an expense to my company, right? I pay myself as an employee. So it's a business cost. Exactly. It's not a personal cost. It doesn't work that way. It does if you're a sole proprietor, but in my case it doesn't. Most cases it doesn't. It's as simple as that. It's how you run your business. Really, it is. There you go, flatbed. Kicks in the fucking door. Attaboy. Love it. Absolutely fucking love it. So if your salary is a fixed cost within your business, then it's not me personal. It has nothing to do with me personally. So like I said, and I don't know how to make this any easier to understand. Once all of the companies, once all of my business expenses are covered, whatever's left over is profit. Okay? That profit went from here to here, is now down to here to here. It hasn't affected my personal life. It hasn't affected my salary or my anything like that. That's all. That's all. Then you must know what I'm talking about. If you own a window washing business in Ontario, and congratulations, by the way, good on you. I can probably understand business is business in Ontario. But you must know what I'm talking about then, right? You must know what I'm talking about then. I would imagine if you own a window washing business, you're an incorporated business, your salary comes out of your business, you pay yourself personally. Hey, you must know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Chicken Hawk said it perfectly right there. That's exactly how it works. Suppose you don't make any profit. How will you pay yourself? You know what? That's a very good point, Frosty. And in this business, there have been times in my career where, either the truck is down, you get laid up somewhere, personal injury, whatever. There have been times where, I couldn't take a paycheck. That's the nature of the business. That is the nature of the business. The whole idea behind this is hopefully you've got enough money in the bank. The business has enough money in the bank that if it needs to, if it hits a stall, if your truck's down for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, if there's a stutter and there's a stoppage, hopefully you have enough money in the bank to continue to pay those expenses because the truck's not running. But there's been times in my career where I didn't take a salary. Or my salary went automatic because it changes automatically with the bank, right? Or I've had to put it back. That's just the nature of the business, man. That's just the nature of the business. Exactly. That's why you need an emergency fund. Well, exactly. I call that like a maintenance fund, right? A maintenance account. You should always have a maintenance account. You should always have money sitting on the side with nothing to do with, right? And that's not profit. That's part of your maintenance account. And that money there is to be used in time of dire emergency. Your truck breaks, you fall off the trailer and break your leg, fuck, whatever. That's what that money's there for. Imagine the wash breaking down with 10 employees and 15,000 and 3 weeks of rain. It's crippling, Ryan, right? It's crippling. That would hurt you. And if you didn't have enough money set aside, or not you, but if your business didn't have enough money set aside to cover all of your fixed costs and all of your variable costs, then how would you be able to keep those people or keep that car wash when it came back to work? When it came time to go back to work, how could you do that? Your quantum reality, that's not an unrealistic number. That's not. It's a very hard thing to do. Really, it is. It's a very hard thing to do, but that's not an unrealistic number. It's actually a very true number. 3 months of your income. Ambience, you know what? That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. If you and your business are in a position to do that, congratulations, man. You're doing a great job. My hat is off to you, sir. You're doing a good job. Myself, I don't have a year's worth. I don't have 12 months worth of business expenses sitting in the bank. Have to take your car titles to pawn. There you go. 3 months would be hard to achieve, but more, what's that? But more would be better. You know what? I agree with that. Chris, the more the better. 3 months would be, I would have to say 3 months would kind of like be the minimum. It's hard to do, but 3 months I would say would probably be the minimum. But more, if you can get 4, 5, 6, or be like Ambience, if you can put up a year's worth of business operating expenses in the bank and just put it aside and let it be there, collecting its 0.001% interest. If you can do that, so that in the event your business takes a crippling, you have an accident or it's catastrophic or whatever, and you can run that, then good on you, man. Good on you. No, Bootlicker, I appreciate Ambience's point of view. I do. Obviously, he's not stupid. He does have some very good points. Some of them I agree with. Some of them I don't. That's all. $180 days. That's 6 months. So that's 6 months. 6 months is, again, anything over 3 months. If you can sack away over 3 months, right? 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. If you anything more than that, if you can get it in the bank and just let it sit there for your business, do it. Absolutely. Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus loves you. Tech, appreciate that. Thank you much. Yeah, my costs are extremely low. So it was easy for me to save those costs, but it's always worth slowly building those funds. Well, that's you make a very good, fucking stutter in here. You make a good point there. Slowly building those funds. If you're if you're in a type of business where you can sack away, $1,000 a week until you've got 6 months worth of money, or a year in your case, and if you've got if you can afford that, by all means go ahead and fucking do it. A lot of us are not in the position where I can take $1,000 a week and save that until I've got a year's worth of business operating expenses covered. I myself personally, I'm not in that position. I always looked at it as if I haven't made a penny until those 3 months are put away. Quantum reality, again, that's called discipline. Good for you. Same with ambience. That is, good for you. You know what? That's discipline. That's good business sense, and it's discipline, right? If you're in a position and your business is operating in a way that you can do that, absolutely, go for it and do it. If it's not, and you're having to put maybe a couple $100 a week away to build that account or whatever, that's called discipline. That's called discipline. I have zero cost of living, own my home, 20,000 stacked away. I save about 3,000 a month. One day I'll convert savings into a business. James Graves, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. If you can get your living expenses or your operating costs or your variable and fixed costs down to almost nothing or as low as you possibly can, and you can just crack it away and start just like stockpiling cash, that's the way to do it, brother. No such thing as quick money. Consistency is key, but nothing wrong with stability. Agreed. The only way you're going to make quick money these days is to win the lottery or be given blowjobs out on the corner. And even then, you probably won't do that, make that much money here. I have a year plus of company expenses and no cash company debt. But this took me 15 plus years to accomplish. Exactly. But look at the industry you're in, right? Look at the industry you're in. You're in the trucking business. It took you a while to get that, and good on you, Chicken Hawk. Good on you. Greetings from Turkey, man. Good to see you from Turkey. Thank you so much. Again, you are a long way from home. Rachel, I remember when you were smoking a huge cigar. Yeah, we've given the cigars a break for a bit. We've given the fact that I was puffing on those things like it was going out of style. The amount of nicotine that was going into my body was ridiculous. So we've had to back that down a bit, John Dennis, Turkish women love them. Wow, there you go. Yeah, Chicken Hawk is I talk to Mike about business, and we talk a lot about business, because if there's a way in this industry to do it and do it right, Mike or Chicken Hawk is somebody that is doing it right, and he's got the longevity of his career to prove it, right? It's not like he's been doing this for 5 weeks or 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. Chicken Hawk's been doing this longer than I have. Not by much, but he's been doing it longer than I have. And he's been an owner-operator and an independent longer than, and I'm not an independent, so he's been doing it the right way. I love that, Greg. Good job. Who's your favorite rapper? Don't have one. It's no easy task, but once you get to this company financial position, the business becomes easier. That is a good point. It is. Well, your stress level becomes easier, right? Chicken Hawk, your stress level becomes easier. You're not as stressed. You usually have a little more time to make crucial decisions. Everything doesn't have to be like that, right? It's nice. Are you related to Jeff Lutz? Nope. Callum, good to see you. Bye. You were here, but now you're not. Good to see you. See you in a minute. You'll be back in a minute. Oh. I've been trucking for 38 years and my own authority for the last 28 years. Here you go. But tell me the truth there, Chicken Hawk, and let's be honest. In the 28 years that you've run your own authority and your own company, you've made mistakes, right? You have not made the right call every single time. You've made mistakes. It hurt. You took a kick in the dick, but you learn your lesson, you bounce back, and you don't make the same mistakes twice. Am I correct or am I not? I think I'm correct. I know you well enough. Nobody is perfect in this business, and nobody makes the right call every single time. It's impossible. It is impossible. And it's not just trucking. It's not just the trucking business, right? It's any business. Ambience, I guarantee you, if you're still here, you have not made the right call every single time. Every single time. I don't care if you've been in the window washing, you've had your window washing business. I don't care if you've been doing it for 50 years. Over a 50-year period, you have made a mistake or two. And it has hurt. It has hurt. But you've learned your mistakes. You've learned from your mistakes. You've made them, you've learned. Still making mistakes. Exactly, chicken. I plays on the freeway. Been trucking since 1975. Attaboy. Damn good to see you, man. Damn good to see you. Plays on the freeway is like Chicken Hawk. He's like Houdini. He's like 2-4. He's one of those. He's been hanging around my channel for years. Just keeps coming back for more punishment. And Shika, I live on my mistakes. I live on my mistakes. Well, don't live on your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. You know, I've made them. Chicken Hawk's made them. Plays on the freeway has made them. I guarantee you, Ambience has made them. Ryan down with the car washes, he's made them. Now, Chicken Hawk, your biggest mistake was not going into porn. Never mind the pimping. You should have just gone straight into porn. Right out of high school, right into porn, dude. Really. We're all going to make mistakes. It doesn't matter what business you're in. I don't give a damn what business you're in. Okay? If you are an owner-operator of any sorts of operating your own business, you are going to make mistakes. Hopefully, they're not gonna be crippling, and they're not gonna kill you, and they're not gonna put you out of business. But and hopefully you'll learn from them. And Shika, I shouldn't have to motivate you to work hard. Either you're born with that desire or that need or that drive, or you're not. You can't fix lazy, man. You can't fix lazy. I don't care who it is or what it is or who you are or what you do. If you're lazy, you're lazy. The only thing that's going to motivate a lazy person is living at the bottom of the barrel for as long. You can only live there so long, and then you'll get motivated. So, there's a bird in my back seat? That wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. My biggest mistake was that hooker in the Philippines. Damn herpes goes every... It's the gift that keeps on giving, putty cat. I've earned a master's degree by making mistakes. It's called the School of Hard Knocks. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about life. It gives you the test first and the lessons later. Right? Chicken Hawk, am I right? It gives you the test first, the lessons later. That sucks, but that's the way it is. Helen, what was my mistake in business? I've made a couple. One of the mistakes, and I discourage anybody from doing this. Never roll a truck to finance another truck while you have negative equity. Never carry negative equity from one truck to another to just so you can get a new truck. I did that years ago, and that hurts. That does hurt, trust me. So that would be in business for me, or in anything. For example, I've got children that have bought cars, and they still owe money on a car, but the car is worth less than they owe. But they still went and bought another car, and they had to roll that negative equity onto another car. So now by the time they're done with that car, the car is gonna be worth $5,000, but they owe $8,000 on it, right? So, that's one mistake that I made years and years and years ago that I will never make again. And especially in the trucking business, I do not encourage anybody, never, ever, ever, ever play with negative equity. It never comes out in your favor. Again, unless you're winning the lottery. And Shika, I'm from Canada. I'm Canadian. I'm out in Alberta, Canada. The credit score is bullshit in North America. Sucks balls. Well, half the time it's wrong, right? Half the time it's wrong. I can go check my credit score on Equifax and what's the other one? I can go check my credit score on either one of them and get two different scores. Okay, okay, who's doing this? Stephanie, you're right. Mistakes are okay. Just don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from your lessons. Don't willingly make a mistake. That's called stupidity. Amortization on cars is huge. It is. Chicken Hawk wants to make mistakes are okay. Chicken Hawk wants to make a mistake with you. You and Chicken Hawk are about to go and make some mistakes. Once you put a car on the road, already the price is down. Well, Helen, and it's not just cars, right? You buy a brand new car, by the time the minute you drive it off the lot, right, it's worth 30% less than it was like fucking 60 feet ago sitting on the lot. You've driven it off the lot, it's worth 30% less. How does that work, right? And you can't really fight that. Well, how do you fight that? Best one ever, chicken. Oh, we got some heat going on here. Yeah, Chicken Hawks are good, eh? Or Chicken Hawk is good with his mistakes. Best one ever at Chicken Hawk. There you go. See, look at this. I'm now a connections app, right? There we go. We're connecting long lost lovers. There we go. Don't get no better than that, eh? You're welcome, Stephanie. You're welcome. Actually, no, Stephanie. You're welcome, Chicken Hawk. You're welcome. Guarantee you're welcome. Have you ever heard of Eric Brown, a World War II test pilot worth checking out? I have not. Greg, I have not heard of Eric Brown. Worth checking out. You mean Greg, do you mean he's got a YouTube channel worth checking out? Hold on, Greg. I'm just going to screenshot this so I can remember later to come back and go check that out. Sorry, the camera had to move for me to and screenshot it, so sorry about that. Pewdie Budge says, hi. Stephanie's laughing. I don't know if she's laughing or if she's crying. She's laughing with Chicken Hawk. She might be crying after Chicken Hawk. Wheel burners, dogging and dating. I love that. Craig Rat, there you go. Dogging and dating site. There we go. I love that. Hello, boss. Seasoned drunkenness. There you go. Ramal, get it into you, boy. Get it into you. Gunner 714. Hello, my friend. Just got back from London, and I think it was a good idea to do it on the train. And I think, well, I don't know. I've never done it on a train. Never done it on a train. Done a lot of things on a train, not that. Much love from California. Oh, my God, Victor. How's California treating you? I know freeways down there in California. And only out of my love for freeway that I do not trash California. So, Victor, I'll ask you, how's California treating you? She's laughing at Chicken Hawk. She might be laughing at... Her and Chicken Hawk, I got a feeling they're going to hook up. They're going to hook up. They're going to hook up one day. Whether it be today, tomorrow, or the next day, I don't know, but they're going to hook up. Guys, do me a favor. Stroke that like button for me, would you? Got 75 in here. I'd like to break 100 today. Want to break 100 likes. So if you don't mind, stroke the like button. I'd appreciate that. I just did a $100 wash in the rain. I love stupid people sometimes. Hey, Victor says she's beating us up to and to tell you, hey, California is not, it's a beautiful state. You guys have one of the most beautiful states in the world. But people are just running and screaming from it. Why? Right? Why? Why are people bailing out of the state of California so quick? We're not going down that road. Victor, I'm not asking you, but, you know, the state of California is absolutely gorgeous. You got beautiful sunsets and oceans and views and mountains and hills and roads, and you guys got it fucking all as for the beauty of it. But the general population is bailing out of California and taking their money with it so fast. I'm surprised that you don't feel the breeze as everybody's blowing by, and they're all going over to visit Ryan in Texas. Everybody in California is moving to Texas. I did not see that coming. I did not see that. The biggest liberal state, and everybody's bailing out to go to a fucking Republican state. Woo! What the hell happened there? What on God's green earth happened there? The Pacific Coast Highway is awesome. That's what I'm talking about, Greg. Right? Overtaxed. Bring the wealth. You know what? Take that money over to Texas. Ryan will be happy to take it off all your hands. He will. I know Ryan. He'll be standing there at the Texas line as you're coming across. Just give all that extra tax money to Ryan. He'll be happy to take it. He's not greedy. My parents moved to Belize. Belize. That's not a bad place to live. I could go live in Belize. I'd probably be happy. Yeah, Ryan's going to put up a toll booth at the Texas line so all the Californians coming over. Plays is going to move up to Canada. Hey, Plays, well, when you get here, look me up. I'm not greedy, I'm needy. Well, there's a difference between the two. Your neediness makes you greedy. I hope you're doing good, bog-eyed crag rat, because the UK is beyond lunacy. XYZZZ, I don't think it matters where you are right now. There is lunacy going on in every country, every community, every province, state, fucking territory, whatever you want to call it. There's lunacy everywhere. How we deal with it and how we live with it, that's entirely up to us, man. Entirely up to us. I can't show it to you. Well, I could, but you wouldn't be able to see it. But they're not groundhogs. They're like little fucking, and they're all over the place. There's got to be, I don't know, fucking like 60 holes out there. And there's not 60 of them, but there's a bunch of them just running around out there. The camera wouldn't pick it up if I turned it around and showed it to you, but they keep grabbing my attention out of the corner of my eye. Except El Salvador, because we built a big ass prison. Yeah, you did. You did. And it's working, from what I understand. It's actually working. The plan is actually fucking working. I've got a potato gun for self-protection. Well, nothing wrong with a potato gun. Shoot it at Crag Rat. Being in England, he knows what to do with potatoes. He knows how to deal with the old potato. It's lunch, Brian. It's lunch. What are you talking about, lunch? Dude, it's dinner time for you. What are you talking about lunchtime? It's 10 o'clock for me here. 9:53. So it's 10 o'clock for me here. So it's dinner time for you. What are you making Susie for dinner? What are you making her for dinner? Get your ass up and go make that woman dinner. Steve Lazo, what's good, Grandpa? Hey, I'm out of coffee. I got two empties here. So I'm out of coffee. We're not smoking cigars today. So we're out of coffee and we got no cigars. We've had a really, really good chat. We should all move to Antarctica. You go ahead and do that, Greg. Let me know how that works out for you, because although I'm good in the cold, I can work in the cold. I don't mind the cold. I'm not living in it. I'm not that kind of cold. Charles Taylor, you ain't read my shit because it's true. Hold on, Charles Taylor. Did you write something profane that I should be looking at? I'll go back and see what you're saying. I don't even see any of your comments. Write something profane, and I'll read it, Charles. It's way cold in Edmonton. Well, Barrie in Edmonton. Well, you're about 4.5. You're 5 hours north of me. I'm down in Strathmore, and I'm not cold. It's I've got 8 degrees right now, but we're going up to some nice warm weather today this afternoon. We should be somewhere around 19. I'm good. I'm good with that. Don't kid yourself. I'm absolutely good with that. Don't end the stream. I want to keep communicating with Stephanie. Well, I'm not staying on a live just so you can enhance your personal life, Chicken Hawk. I don't know how Canadians and Russians do it below 15 degrees. It's too much. You know what? You grow up with it. Like I grew up here. I'm 55 years old. That means I've had 55 winters. I was born in the wintertime. So, I've had 55 winters. You kind of get used to it. You kind of live with it, and as it gets colder, you just know what and what not to do. Stephanie wants a plane flight. There you go. Do you believe there's an alien base under the ice down there? Greg, you know what? Am I going to sit here and say that I believe in aliens? I'll say that I'm not going to hold out hope that there's aliens, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least if there was. Okay? That's the way I look at it. Do I know Dave Vanderland in Strathmore? I do not. Barrie, I've only been down here for a couple of months. I've only been here for a while. Oh, Mr. Ducky, do better. Do better. Come on. You know how many of those today we've seen? Do better. 55, he's calcified. Damn near there. And what are you talking about, old man? You're older than I am. Chicken Hawk, you left out a word. You left out a word on that. You should have wrote, I can definitely take Stephanie for a flight. Definitely. If Brian's in Canada, no, it's not safe. There you go. Westmans for not doing it. I got respect for you. Well, there. Keep trying. Keep trying. What is this live about, Isaac? It's about really nothing. You're here late, but and I appreciate you coming in anyway. But usually about 6:30 in the morning, I come out and I turn the camera around, and right there, that's what we look at, because the sun, right in the middle of that screen, is where the sun comes up. Right? That's where and we watch the sun come up, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Today was a beautiful sunrise. Fantastic sunrise. We had a great one this morning. And then we sit and chat for a while the sun's coming up. And then we turn the camera around, and man, if you want to talk about anything, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, anything you want, we'll just talk about it. Hero Fong, are you trans? No, I am not. Is it a problem if I was? Doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you're trans, doesn't matter if I'm trans. What difference does it make? Live your life, man. Live your life. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's denominations. You know what? I got my hands full taking care of my own life. Leave everybody else alone. Zian, is that how you say that? Zian? Said hi. There you go. Shastu, shout out my cousin. Oh, Shastu, keep going. Keep going. Try harder, Shastu. You got to do better, man. Clean Gene, what country? I'm in Canada, man. I am in Alberta, Canada. One of the most beautiful countries in the world. Not politically, Not politically, but geographically, we got everything here. We really do. We've got everything here. We've got oceans on each coast. We've got the most lakes in the world, the most freshwater lakes in the world. We've got the largest freshwater beach in the world. We are the second largest country square mile wise next to Russia in the world. And we only have a population of 45 million people. That is awesome. I can walk for 5 days and not see another person if I want to. Right? It's great. I love living here. Great country to live in. Horrible country to be, with our political system. Our politicians are hurting the country, but it's hurting a good country. The succession. I am prepared for the coming depression and planning on hunting and foraging for my groceries. Bootlicker, you may not be. You may not be too far off. 350 million people in the US. That's a lot of people. Make with Mike, that's a lot of fucking people. Here, think about this. Make with Mike, there's more people in the state of California than there is in my entire country. I identify as a KW. Let's not get carried away here. Let's not get carried away here. I don't identify as a KW. Let's not get carried away. The greatest, look at the fucking handle on that. The greatest the greatest commandment. Wow, commandments and the second. The greatest commandments and the second. Why is Wyoming making that obituary? Well, not show up now. I don't have a damn clue what you're talking about. You forgot to say the most syrup. Well, yeah, we got the most maple syrup. I'll give you that. You identify as an old. You identify as an old Mac. You're an old You're an old R model Mac. That's what you are. You're an old R model Mac. What's a KW? Mike, he's being a dick because Chicken Hawk drives a Kenworth. He's got to have the best, right? So he drives a Kenworth. He's got a beautiful, and it's a beautiful Kenworth. He's got the new T680. So he kind of rubs it in the old Bryce. He rubs it in the old wheel burner's face once in a while. Keep your flag, keep your home, gain more freedom, join the union. Oh, Lone Star, 1 star. There's a lot of ways that could go, let's get this. He's a B model. I see that old. I don't think he's as old as you, Freeway. Why do you stream in your car? Because I like to watch the sunrise. From where I live, I only live just like right over there. So from where I live, I can't catch the sunrise. I'd have to stand on the roof, right, to catch the sunrise. And I'm not doing that at fucking 6:15 in the morning. Don't hate me because I'm sexy and beautiful. Nobody hates you. I think Stephanie's falling in love with you. That's a tough one, buddy. That's a tough one. 81 likes. We're up there. I love it, man. Thank you. YouTube XYZ, what's your name? My name is Brian. Please pronounce my third name. Are you crazy? Is that your Warrens? Okay. What country? Canada. I'm in Canada. Rule the tuba. Rula the tuba. Rula the tuba. Nice name. Jerome Jones, good afternoon, everybody. Is it afternoon for you, Jerome? It's 10 o'clock where I'm at, but I'm out west, so it could well be afternoon for you. Right on. Good for you. Thanks for popping in, Jerome. What's going on? I'm Brian. Thank you, YouTube XYZ. You look like someone who has a farm. You know what? No, I don't own a farm. I'd like to own a farm. That wouldn't be a far stretch from something that I'd like to do, but It's not in the cards. Owning a farm is not in the cards. Unfortunately. Anyway, with that, you know what, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I've had just about enough today. The mouth is tired, the brain is soggy. We're out of coffee, and I gotta piss. Plain and simple. LA is the third largest Canadian city. Pretty much, eh? Pretty much. So with that, I'm going to thank everybody for hanging and banging with us today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We're going to go and we're going to watch the sunrise again tomorrow. We'll do this again tomorrow. Hopefully it's as entertaining tomorrow as we've had today. So with that, guys, man, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging with me. We'll check you out down the road, man. Everybody be safe.